Hey guys, what's up? It's Veronica and welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and if not, it's about to get better because you're hanging out with me. Alright you guys, so for today's video, I went back and forth on a few concepts and I finally found one that I really liked. We are going to be playing with some special effects makeup, some liquid latex, fake blood, that kind of stuff, and do like a tutorial type video for that. It's been a hot minute since I played with special effects makeup. Probably about two and a half years since I've done anything with this. So I thought it'd be a cool video to get back into it and see if you guys like this kind of stuff. And if you do, comment down below if you guys want to see more and like this video. So yeah, let's get into the video. Alright you guys, so before we get into it, I'm going to just show you guys the products that I'm using. Now these are quite older products, so we're just going to hope for the best and just see what happens. Okay, so the first product is the Mayron Liquid Latex, and then I also have the Mayron Stage Blood, as well as the Scar Blood, or it's like thicker blood. Ew. And then this one is like a blood splatter. So we have those. I do have quite a lot of special effects products that I don't use anymore. I did get really into this at one time. It was just something that was really fun and I seemed to be pretty good at the time. So I do have quite a few products. I have this really old cream color wheel that's good for bruises and stuff. So I do have that. I have a few face paint items, but I mean, that's pretty much it. Everything else kind of looked gross, so I don't want to use that on my skin, you know? Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a cut across my neck. Yeah. Okay, sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull my hair back. Okay. Looks like a nun. Thanks. Alright, so I went ahead and zoomed in on the camera just a little bit so you guys can really see what I'm doing. Oh Lord, this is just how old this stuff is. It is stuck in here. This is so gross. So to start this off, I'm gonna be taking one of these little triangle sponges. And I do have this little tray where I'm keeping everything, and I'm just gonna pour the liquid latex into one of the compartments. That way I'm not pouring it on anything. Okay, that's way too much, but that's okay. And when you're handling liquid latex, you always wanna make sure you keep the cap on or you'll end up with something that just came out of that and it's really gross. So just make sure you keep the lid on and pour it into a little container. Alright, so I have my mirror. I'm actually gonna use this one. Okay, so I'm gonna take the fat end of the sponge, I'm gonna dip that in, and I'm just gonna take this and apply this all over where I want the cut to be, and just all over my neck. And you don't wanna make this layer too thick because this is a buildable product, so you're gonna wanna build this up to get that natural cut appearance. I can already tell this is gonna hurt so much to peel off. Alright. I'm gonna put a little bit more because it's already starting to get tacky. I'm just gonna let that dry. Now this is a flesh colored latex. It is not white, so it's gonna be easier to kind of correct and color. Alright, so the thin layer on the outside you can tell has already kind of dried. And what I'm gonna do to the inner layer to kind of build up the middle is I'm gonna take a sheet of toilet paper and I'm gonna peel it apart. Like so. You're just gonna kind of peel that off. And you're gonna take the non-patterned side, and I'm gonna rip this in half so I can get the most out of this. And I'm just going to place this right over that damp latex. And just kind of pat and make sure that it gets in all of those little areas. Yucky. Alright, I'm just gonna hold down the part where I know that it's on, and I'm just gonna kind of peel that toilet paper off from the edges. We have that layer on, I'm gonna go back in with my sponge and go right over that toilet paper and kind of taking it out more, like so, and blending that toilet paper in with the rest of the latex to make sure that is nice and coated. Now, like I said in the beginning, it has been a hot minute since I've done anything like this, so I have no clue how this is gonna turn out. I'm hoping that it's gonna look really good, but you know, I really have no idea, and I'm really hoping that it looks good. So If it doesn't, I'm sorry. All right, I'm just taking another piece of toilet paper and separating those two sheets using the non-patterned sheet. This is a look. And now I'm gonna go in and do the same thing and just kind of peel that back. All right, you guys, now I'm going in with a third layer, and I do think it needs to go farther out on this side. So I'm gonna take that right over the toilet paper and just take this a little bit farther out this time. Oh my gosh, guys, my sponge is stuck. This is not going really well. Okay, that's okay. We're a few minutes into this video and it is already going downhill so fast. And now I'm gonna go in with the last layer of toilet paper. If I can get it separated. There we go, okay. All right, you guys, now I'm using a clean sponge and I'm going back in with the last layer of latex. And this one is gonna be kind of a thicker layer because we wanna get rid of some of that texture. And now we're just waiting for it to dry. But I'm done waiting for that to dry. It is taking way too long. So we're just gonna kind of move on. I have this like really old brush and I'm gonna take a little bit of black face paint. I'm just gonna kind of draw the line where I'm gonna cut it. Just make this right through the middle. Now we're gonna cut this anyway, so it does not have to be a perfect line. I just wanna get a general idea before I start. Taking scissors to my neck, maybe like there. I think that looks good, right? Okay, that looks good to me. Before we start taking scissors to our neck, I'm gonna take my foundation. I'm gonna kind of go over this. I'm gonna try and make it match as best I can with the rest of my face and my skin. I'm gonna be taking my trusted number 7 foundation, and I'm not gonna be taking my beauty blender. I'm gonna be taking just another one of these sponges. I don't wanna ruin my beauty blender today. Just gonna put a little bit on there. Okay, that's doing absolutely nothing. Okay. Just kidding. Okay, so instead of taking the foundation, because this is too dark for my neck, we're gonna be taking the ColourPop White Concealer. This is literally in the shade Fair 00. So we are just gonna, maybe I should shake it up first. So we're just gonna take that and kind of put it everywhere. We're not really everywhere, just like a light coating. Just to kind of make that a little bit lighter and more like my skin tone. Wow, this looks like trash already. Okay, now we're gonna go in with a little bit of that number 7 foundation. Not too much, but just a little bit, just enough to kind of make that more like my neck, because I mean, this looks better than it did before, but it still doesn't look that good. So we're just gonna okay, we're getting somewhere on that side. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Maybe it does. I don't know. That is really not that bad. So my neck is naturally lighter than my face. So it is really, it could be worse. Okay, that does not look that bad. So we're gonna keep moving. Now we're gonna go ahead and start cutting, because look at that, yeah. And once you get underneath the latex, it is not hard at all. It kind of just like glides through. So you guys can see I went ahead and I cut that part so it is like flabby. You can see my skin under there. So that's a pretty good match, I think, for the skin tone. Ugh. That's so gross. Alright, now that is cut, I'm going to take my fingers and I'm just going to kind of peel a little bit of that off just to kind of get that like cut effect. Just kind of peeling that upward. You can see that already looks better than this side. Alright, now that that is all peeled up, I'm just going to take my scissors and go in and cut some of the pieces that are a little bit big because we do want it to look natural, or as natural as we can. So I'm just going to take and cut some of those overlapping pieces. You don't want to cut too much, though, just enough to where you can still, it looks like that, yeah. Okay, so that looks pretty good, and you guys can see, like, I can move with this. It's not, it feels weird, but it's not like that bad. All right, and once that is all cut and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and redden that up a little bit. I'm gonna be taking this Revolution. This is a very old Revolution blush, but it is really pink, and I'm just gonna take that and kind of pat that on the sides just to redden that up just a little bit, or pinken it up. We'll put the red on later. And one thing I love about special effects makeup, and the reason I got into it in the first place, is it is actually quite easy. It might look really complicated, and it can be, but for something like this, it is not that difficult, or I don't find it that difficult. And with like coloring and stuff, as far as like the coloration of the skin around and everything, is actually quite easy because every look is kind of different. So if you get one area too heavy or one area is not heavy enough, it's just, once you get everything on there, it'll look really good if you just keep going. So, but yeah, if anyone wants to try special effects, I highly recommend it. I think it is really fun to do. Like I said, I haven't done it in a while, but I hopefully am starting to get back into it now. All right, next I'm gonna be taking this Bruise palette wheel, and I'm gonna actually be taking the dark navy blue shade very lightly. And I'm just going to pat that on in a few areas. Okay, this sponge is actual trash. Whoa. Okay, that's fine. All right, now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be taking the same Bruise wheel, and I'm gonna be going into that burgundy shade, and I'm really just gonna be very liberal with that and just kind of plop that everywhere. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be taking that same brush that we lined that latex with, and I'm gonna be taking that black shade and just packing that inside of the cuts. Alright, you guys, once that is all lined with black, we can start adding some blood. Now, I'm going to start off with using the Scar blood. This is a lot thicker than the normal blood, and I just think it looks a lot better. And I'm just going to plop that right in there. You might not be able to see it that well on camera yet, but we will. Alright, now there is a decent amount in the cut itself. I'm going to be taking a little bit extra of this toilet paper, and I'm just going to kind of ball that up and just put some on the tip of this. Just like that. And I'm just going to be taking it and kind of placing it around. Alright, I'm going to go back in and just fill that in with the blood. I'm kind of putting that a little heavy in the little dips that we pulled out earlier. Just those little extra pieces of skin to make it look as natural as possible. All right, I'm pretty happy with how this looks so far. Now we are done with that Scar blood. I'm gonna go in with the Stage blood. Now this is a syrup base. So it is more of a liquid blood, so I'm gonna be careful not to get it on my clothes. And I'm just gonna be swiping that on the bottom and on the top. And I would like to have a little drip effect without getting it everywhere. That looks pretty good. I'm not completely upset about that. That looks so good. Okay, I think we are done. Oh, it's already in there. And the hair is going back up. Alright you guys, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. It's not my best and I can definitely do better. I do have some spots that I'm going to try to improve on, but for not doing it for 2 years, I'm pretty satisfied with how this turned out. It looks kind of like a zombie cut, like kind of deal. Yeah, so we're gonna take this off now, or attempt to take it off. Here it is. That is so gross. Ugh. Alright you guys, I am back and you can tell my neck is very red at the moment. It is just, I have very sensitive skin, so to put latex and all of that on there and then take scissors and like cut that and everything, it is very harsh on my skin, so that's another reason why I don't do it as much. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. Oh, my neck looks so bad. Yikes. Alright you guys, well I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to see more of these types of videos, comment down below and like this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to check out my Instagram and my Snapchat at veronica.jonesdaisy. And I will see you later, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Mwah.